but I think that's
Agree.
going to give them more momentum, and I take Marshall to win the Sun Belt. All right, in the East, welcome to your conference, the Sun Belt, and welcome to winning the East, the Marshall Thundering Herd. Now that's as long as their quarterback transfer from Utah State and Texas Tech,
Yeah.
Henry Columbi, can rise up at quarterback. The rest of the skill parts are already there, already pretty solid. Some additional transfers they've gotten are bolstering the defense in the secondary. Early non-conference game versus Notre Dame, not always the best thing, but in conference, Louisiana, Georgia State, Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina are all home games for Marshall in Huntington, West Virginia. Schedule plays a big part in them winning this year.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you, man. I'm gonna go to Thunder and Herd as well. Charles Huff is gonna be his second year there. He was 7-6 and 5-3 in the conference before they moved over to the Sun Belt. Look, we talked about them a lot last year and being another good school. We thought they were gonna make a huge thud last year, and they actually didn't. Um, there's a lot to like. Their defense should have been better.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is. They should have been better last year. We capped on that a little bit, beforehand, but they should have been better. But they brought production from everywhere. I mean, it started with Eli Neal led the team in sacks at 5.5 sacks. Non-defenders had 2 more sacks. The ends and the linebackers were causing havoc, along the edge and getting tackles. Colby Cumberlander is a dangerous hybrid on the line, man. All the linebackers return. The secondary lost some stars, but they're gonna return 2 great pieces to work around for them. Um, they're gonna get nastier against the run this year. Key player for the 2022 season, I think, is Henry Columbi.
Hmm.
Somebody that
Yep.
you mentioned, Don. Nose tackle Isaiah Gibson. He was a key transfer. They got another one in Anthony Watts. He comes over from Purdue as well. But I think the key game of this season is October 29th is against Coastal Carolina, and I know Janu came in the chat. He's an Appalachian State fan, but hey, man, Coastal Carolina, you're not gonna like one of this guy's picks up here. We're not gonna spoil it. We're just gonna go ahead and get over to it. So
Well, I think Marshall's going to have a tougher time winning the East than Louisiana in the West, but I think that's
agree.
going to give them more momentum, and I take Marshall to win the Sun Belt.
Ooh, we are Marshall, huh?
Yep, this year.
Damn.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I agree with my man's. Marshall's coming over from obviously a conference that was more competitive,
Yep.
in my opinion. I believe this is a downgrade, even though in some people's eyes they think this is an upgrade. I think they're just gonna go. They're the bigger school. They're the bigger team. I mean, I love Louisiana. I've been saying that the
Oh,
last
yeah.
couple of years. I love what they've done. But at this point in time, losing Billy Napier was, I think, a bigger loss than any player going to the draft or graduating, and that's pretty big to say because the coaches don't play. But Billy Napier was dominant. Let me repeat again for everybody if you don't know about the Louisiana Raging
Take a shot.
Cajuns. They used to be called the Louisiana Lafayette. Remember that?
Yes.
And now we just call them Louisiana. After 24 wins, 2 Sun Belt titles, 3 bowl victories in the last 3 seasons. How do they keep that going without Billy Napier? I don't think they do, man. So Marshall, Thunder, and Herd, like I said, bigger,
Right.
faster, stronger, coming from a better, more competitive conference. they win this outright in that game against them. You know, I think this is the year that they do it. I think they were tired of losing, and you get downgraded. Well, they call it an upgrade, but it's really a downgrade to a worse conference.